Whoa, get this. Some researchers just said they found a planet that's totally out there, unlike anything we've seen before. NASA, the people who always comes up with wild stuff, said this planet is super interesting. It's not just the size or where it is, but it seems to be giving off light that looks, well, man-made. Could we be seeing something that changes how we see the whole universe? Could this mean there's life somewhere else? We're going to dig into NASA's info and see what's up with this crazy thing. Back in 2007, NASA launched this spacecraft called Dawn to check out some cool objects in our solar system. Dawn had these 3 engines and took off to look at Vesta for over a year. Vesta's the second biggest asteroid out there. Dawn sent back insane pictures and info, like, showing what Vesta's surface and history is as a planet. When it was done with Vesta, Dawn went to its next stop, which was probably even better. It gave dwarf planet Ceres a good look. The engines let Dawn leave Vesta and go to Ceres, which couldn't have happened with other engines. These engines helped Dawn go very far and stay around Ceres. Ceres was first seen in 1801 by Giuseppe Pazzi, an Italian skywatcher. It's the largest thing in the asteroid belt, between Mars and Jupiter. For 4 years, it was the smallest dwarf planet until they changed that in 2006. It's around 950 kilometers in diameter, making it the biggest thing in the asteroid belt. One of the coolest things is what makes it special. Before anyone got to see it up close, they were wondering about this world. Now we see shining spots all over the surface, mostly in a big crater called Ater crater. These spots got people talking right away in the science world. Before dawn, the best photos of Ceres were blurry ones from the Hubble Space Telescope. Not much was known about it and everyone was excited, waiting for good pictures from Dawn. Dawn had the goal to learn what caused the solar system to be made to check out how water changed planets. The shining spots on Ceres, and other asteroids, could be reflective stuff, maybe salts from evaporated water. This meant there could be cryovolcanism, which is like volcanoes that spit out water instead of lava. So what is the thing about these lights and can they tell us about Ceres? Could they be from the ground, or something crazier going on? Ceres is unique because of what makes it up, how big it is, and that it might have ice and water. Normal asteroids are just rock, but Ceres is more like a comet. After 2 years, Dawn got close to Ceres in early 2015. This was a big deal because it was about to show us this large thing up close. As Dawn moved closer, the pictures became nicer, showing us a world we had never seen. The early photos showed a surface with craters, meaning it had been hit a lot way back. But the bright spots got all the attention. As the photos got better, scientists started coming up with reasons for these spots. Were they ice reflecting light? Or something else entirely? People wondered if they were minerals or maybe even cryovolcanic stuff. The close-up look showed that the brightest spot was many spots all together. The best guess is that it's salt left over from water that went away. This says something about Ceres' history and that it might be active in some way, pushing water to the surface where it goes away, leaving the shining spots. This changed how people saw Ceres, making it seem like a more active world than anyone believed. The chance of water under the surface is a big deal for knowing if life can exist in other places. People call Ceres an icy world, with a rocky surface. Most asteroids are rock or metal, but not Ceres. Its surface is water, ice, and minerals, which makes it not as thick as other asteroids. This means there might be water hidden. The outside is rock, but with ice in it, making it like a comet. They think Ceres has rock in the middle, with tons of ice water around. This water can be half of the planet. It might have had water way back if the middle was heated up by old radioactive stuff. So, this is what makes Ceres different. But there's more. They saw these ammonia clays on Ceres, which means it could have come from colder parts of the solar system. The ammonia could change how water freezes, maybe meaning there's surface water. These things about Ceres tell us about it and the things that make icy bodies everywhere. Cryovolcanism is a different thing, unlike Earth volcanoes. They bring stuff like water, ammonia, or methane. These things can be liquid or gas when it's very cold. On Ceres, cryovolcanism has salty water go to the surface. When this water hits space, it skips being a liquid and just turns to gas. This leaves reflective salt, which makes the shining spots we see. One of the most famous spots is in Ater crater. It gets so much attention because it shines and changes. They think the shifts are from water going away, meaning the cryovolcanic stuff might still be happening. Spot 5 is not alone. Ceres has other shining spots. They're everywhere, meaning cryovolcanism could be a normal thing. These spots show how active Ceres is, changing the thought that it was a dead world. As Dawn continued sending back pictures, it showed a surface with lots of craters, each telling what happened to Ceres. Finding these things on Ceres is changing how we think about this place. With its ice and cryovolcanic signs, Ceres is going against what they said about it. It's not just frozen, it's an active world. The bright spots in the AR crater still have scientists wondering, since they show things that might be related to water. So what does this even mean to people? Studying Ceres goes beyond just one dwarf planet. By knowing what Ceres is made of, how it looks, and the spots, researchers can see the stuff that makes up other icy bodies. Ceres stuff could be clues about the chemicals and environments from other planets. The chance of cryovolcanism means icy moons and dwarf planets could be active, not just here but on planets far away. This says planets we assumed were dead might be active. Can this also be said about places we believed to be frozen? Maybe they could have life. Dawn is showing how powerful space travel is. The stuff it sent back has changed how we think of the solar system. Each new find shows how planets, moons, and other things change over time. The spots on Ceres are one of the most interesting things, but it's just the start. As tech gets better and more missions happen, there is a huge chance of finding more. Ceres used to be nothing, but now is showing a lot of potential. Its surface, what makes it up, and the spots, might be the key to understanding the early solar system. The chance of life on Ceres keeps researchers going. As we keep checking out Ceres, the line between make-believe and reality is mixing. Life on other planets is a real question now. Could little creatures live beneath Ceres? Could the other icy moons be good enough for life, even life we do not know? These questions will move forward more space exploration. In the future, missions to explore these places will show us what is possible in space. From Ceres' surface to its spots, the dwarf planet reminds us of how much we do not know about our solar system. The mission to Ceres is still happening, and with each step we learn more about this world. Dawn keeps shocking everyone by making them rethink how places like Ceres change. They're seeing evidence of cryovolcanism, which says Ceres might have more activity than they thought. Most small planets usually stand down after billions of years. But Ceres is active, which could mean what fuels activity is beneath the surface. The chance of water inside of Ceres makes so much more possible. Many of the icy moons and planets like Europa, Jupiter's moon, and Enceladus, Saturn's moon, may have subsurface oceans. These are much smaller than Earth, but the chance of water means those places could have life. This is making astrobiologists rethink how to make life. Maybe life in the universe can exist in ways far different than Earth. One of the most cool parts of Ceres is that its crazy history, which can be seen with its weird looks. The bright spot and crater are the salt from evaporated water and show how much it has changed over time. The mix of minerals and salts could lead one to believe that Ceres has experienced changes that may have stemmed from the heat from the radioactive process within its core. In addition to showing the chances of cryovolcanism, Ceres is also affected by surface craters. These craters show its history over time. They also tell a lot about its early history and affect its surface. They can also show about the mass within, and for scientists to more correctly model its composition. People are also interested in Ceres because of where it is located. Unlike planets around planets, Ceres is within the asteroid belt, meaning it played a key role in the early solar system's formation, and possibly shaping the distribution of other bodies within. The data from Ceres is also being used to test how planets work when gravity is around. These models can show the process of planet creation. These models can even reveal that a number of processes contributed during the planet creation. There is also a large amount of hope for the exploration of Ceres. Future plans could include potentially landing on its surface. and could come to be much more shocking to everyone. The findings could also give us a better understanding of how conditions lead to distant worlds. Ceres is a critical piece in potentially finding ET life. Back in 2007, NASA sent the Dawn spacecraft out to explore some solar system objects. It had these ion engines and first spent more than a year checking out Vesta, the second biggest asteroid in the asteroid belt. Dawn sent back some awesome pics and info, showing off Vesta's surface and all its different rock formations. After Vesta, Dawn went to check out Ceres, the dwarf planet. Using those ion engines, Dawn was able to leave Vesta's orbit and head to Ceres, something that wouldn't have been possible with normal engines. These engines gave Dawn the power to travel really far and get into orbit around Ceres. Ceres, spotted in 1801, is the biggest thing in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Before they changed things in 2006, it was thought to be the smallest dwarf planet. It's about 950 kilometers across and is the biggest, most massive object in the asteroid belt. People were super interested in Ceres because of its weird features. Scientists were waiting to get a close-up look at this planet, and when they did, they saw bright spots all over the place, especially in a big crater called a Cater crater. These spots got everyone curious. Before dawn, the best pictures of Ceres were some blurry shots from the Hubble Space Telescope. Not much was known about it. The Dawn mission was meant to help us learn about how the solar system was formed and figure out what role water played in making planets. The spots on Ceres, which have also been seen on other asteroids, might be made of stuff that reflects light, like salts left over from water that evaporated. This hinted could be cryovolcanism, volcanoes that shoot out water instead of lava. So, what's with these lights? Are they signs of activity or something even wilder? Ceres is different from other asteroids due to its size, mass, makeup, and possible water. It's more like a comet, which means it may tell us even more about the early solar system. After traveling for a couple of years, Dawn got to Ceres in early 2015. As Dawn got closer, the pictures got better, showing a world we'd never seen clearly before. The first photos showed a surface full of craters. But the bright spots were what caught everyone's eye. As the images got more detailed, scientists started coming up with ideas about these spots. Were they ice reflecting the sun or something more mysterious? People thought they could be mineral deposits or even cryovolcanism. Turns out, the brightest spot was lots of smaller spots all grouped together. The most common idea is that these spots are salt deposits from water that evaporated. This means that Ceres used to have, or maybe still has, the ability to push water to the surface, where it turns into gas and leaves behind these bright, shiny spots. This changed what we thought about Ceres, showing it as way more active than we thought. If there's water under the surface, that could be huge for figuring out if there could be life out there. Ceres is seen as icy, with a rocky surface. Most asteroids are just rock and metal, but Ceres is made of water ice and hydrated minerals, making it less dense. There's likely water ice under the surface, and its outer layer is rocky and porous with ice trapped inside. It's believed that Ceres has a rocky center and a core full of water ice. This water ice makes up about half of the planet's volume. If the core was heated up, liquid water could have been there a long time ago. Plus, the discovery of ammonia clays on Ceres suggests that it may have come from the colder parts of the solar system. The ammonia might lower the freezing point of water, making surface water possible. By understanding Ceres' makeup and history, we can learn more about how icy stuff forms across the solar system. Cryovolcanism is weird. Instead of lava, these volcanoes release water, ammonia, or methane. These things can be liquids or gases in super cold places. On Ceres, cryovolcanoes let salty water rise to the surface. When this water hits space, it turns into gas, leaving behind those shiny salt deposits. The most famous spot is in a Cater crater. This spot gets lots of attention because it's super reflective and changes over time. These changes are likely from water turning into gas, meaning cryovolcanism might still be happening. Besides that main spot, Ceres has a bunch of other bright spots, which means this cryovolcanism is common on Ceres. It's made us see Ceres as an active world, not just some dead rock. As Dawn sent back more pictures, we saw craters that tell us about Ceres over time. These discoveries have changed how we see Ceres. It's no longer just a frozen rock, it's active and ever-changing. The bright spots in Decatur crater still have scientists wondering if they're linked to water under the surface. What does this mean for us? By looking at Ceres' makeup, surface, and those bright spots, we can learn about icy bodies in the solar system. The stuff on Ceres, like water ice, ammonia clays, and salts, can tell us about the makeup and environments of other objects out there. Also, cryovolcanism on Ceres makes us think about the activity of icy moons and dwarf planets in general. Maybe places we thought were dead are actually still active. Maybe other worlds that are frozen could have conditions for life. NASA's Dawn mission shows how cool space exploration is. The data has changed how we see the solar system. As we dig into Ceres, the bright spots stay a mystery. But as tech gets better and we send more missions, who knows what else we'll find. Ceres, once a forgotten planet, is now a sign of mystery and possibility. It could hold to figuring out the early solar system and how planets formed. The possibility of life on Ceres keeps researchers excited. As we explore, science fiction and reality get closer. Maybe life could exist in underground water on Ceres. Maybe other icy moons are good for life. These questions will lead to further exploration and may answer the universe's mysteries. Maybe that will change how we explore these distant worlds. The discoveries could shape how we imagine what the universe could offer. From its icy surface to its bright spots that may mean there's liquid water, the dwarf planet reminds us that there's always more to learn about our solar system. The mission to check out Ceres is far from over. Scientists are rethinking their old ideas as the Dawn mission sends back new data. It now seems like Ceres had activity for way longer than we thought. Most things this size are believed to be dead after billions of years. Still, the processes on Ceres mean its insides might still have water that can cause activity near the surface.